Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza.
Humphreys Mkandawire, you may have your seat. Kenner, you are most welcome to this inquiry by the Parliamentary Ad Hoc Committee investigating the plane crash that took place on 10th June 2024 at Ntungwa and led to the loss of lives, which included the former Vice President, Dr. Saulos, Chilima, and 8 others. Just to inform you that we are live on Parliament TV, on YouTube, on Facebook, and various media houses, and to find out from you, what language are you comfortable with?
Supposed to be English, but we can mix Chichewa. It's for clarification.
You can drop your mic. Thank you very much, Colonel. You're coming here as an expert witness because you were not available. You were not on duty. You are not directly involved in the handling of this aircraft. So we want to learn from you some of the history behind this aircraft. But before you do so, we will require you to take oath. May I request Secretary to administer an oath on you?
Yes. I, Colonel Humphreys Mkandawire, retired,
do solemnly swear by the Almighty God
that
the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
So help me God.
Colonel, you'll be making a presentation to the members of the ad hoc committee that are seated on my right, accompanied by the secretary seated on the left. I'm the chairman, Walter Nyamilandumanda, a member from Sanje Southwest. So you're free. We see you've segregated your presentation. You can decide whether you want to read it or talk through it, but the floor is yours, Colonel.
Thank you, Chair, and the all honorable members. To start with, I think I should thank you, Chair, and everybody for inviting me at least to testify on what happened. But as I said, if you read my presentation, I think the summon you sent to me said that it looked as if I was working, but I retired sometime in 2016. However, I'm sure I can help where the government need help, or the committee. As you said, I'm Colonel Humphreys Mkandawire. I retired sometime back in 2016. But I've got at least some information about these aircraft, not about directly Tango 03, but all the aircraft from the first one we purchased, or the government purchased. I joined the military in 1979. But because they wanted me to start my training in Germany, where I went to Lufthansa, to to Lufthansa Flying School, where I was trained. So the school started in 1980, so I went there in 1980. After training, I did a lot of things training. Then I went to America to train as avionics engineer. So when I came back, that time, the Air Force, the Air Wing, it was Air Wing then. They are flying Dorniers 128 and Dorniers 127. We had about 14 aircrafts at Zomba Air Base. So when I joined them, I was trained how to prepare these aircrafts. But one day, the commander, MDF commander, that time we used to call Army commander, they asked me that now we are buying new aircrafts in Germany. And because of your training, we are trying to send some people, technicians, to Germany. You should go to Germany, mukapange training in the Anyamata. Though I was junior, some were seniors, there were some officers. But they said, you're going to lead the group. And when you go there, this typewriting takes about 21 working days. But they said, you are going to stay behind because we are buying new aircrafts, which is a Dorniers 228. So at least 1986, January, I went to Germany, where they were assembling Dorniers 228. So our first one, Tango 01, at least I saw it half done, but because of the task the government gave me, I stayed there just to see. Katundu amene zimene boma linagura is fitted. So at least I did that. Kuti akuikira ma instrument, akuikira ma engines aja, ataikira zose zija ma engines. We started marane up with them, azungu akumeneko ma engineers. Until that time, they told me that now it's ready. Are you satisfied? I said, yes, I'm satisfied. Then it's when I went to, I called back so that the pilots should go there for training.
Mike and Sylvia Wambiri, Muda, Takonzan Mike yao.
Sure. What about there? Palibwino hapo? I bet.
Palimakora.
Palimakora kwa limu.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chair. Sorry for the disturbance. So, when the aircraft was ready, I got back. So the pilots, at least 3 pilots, joined me to do the test flights and the like. Then it's when I was told to come back to Malawi. Then after that aircraft, those people, the pilots, when they finished everything, they trained on the aircraft because it was new aircraft, they flew the aircraft to Malawi. So we received the first aircraft, which was Tango 01. A year later, boma linagula sondege ina, Tango 02. Later, in 1988, then government bought another aircraft. This aircraft was Tango 03, a VVIP aircraft. That time, we used to call it backup of the presidential jet HS-125, which the president was using. Basanango guns are now carrying the backup. So that's why this Tango 03, 1988, you better the number working on it all these years. 1980 is when we bought another aircraft, which Tango 04. I'm sure it's still on ground. It's Zomba Air Base. Imene inaliyo maliza pa Madonia. So Madonia tinagula 4. Madonia analipo 4. Yo maliza inali Tango 04. But apart from that, from my experience, As if you go through my presentation, I was flying also as flight engineer on presidential jet, VVIP aircraft, and also this aircraft. In training, I attended several trainings, avionics, several refreshers, including flight engineer on presidential jets. If maybe the committee, through you, Chair, if is interested, I served Malawi Air Force, zaka zambiri, as I said, from 1980 until 2016. So, at least anandipasa tumaudindo tuambiriko. Dakarapo, after being commissioned, I was commissioned in 1987. I was a lieutenant in 1987. You see, zaka zambiri, nariuti, I was out of the country. So 1986, when I came back from Germany, is when I was appointed officer cadet after bringing the first aircraft. So it's when I was appointed officer cadet, then I was commissioned in 1987. After that, I've been a communications officer, responsible for all communications on ground communications and aircraft. I've been base maintenance officer, that's just appointment, technical officer, commanding, heading the whole technical department. Then at least I moved to Air Force headquarters as director of training. So now from the base, going to technical, or to the headquarters, then I came back to the base as base commander. But I worked as a base commander. Then in 2016, at least, you say, I was aging. I retired. But I was happy that because of my job, my interest, I was not keeping my knowledge on my own. At least magawana knowledge. So I was happy that the time I was leaving, at least I was very comfortable that I left some guys, some technicians, some engineers behind who are capable. Until now, I feel. Then what I can say, when I heard this about this crash, which was first of its kind, when I go, what about those people training? So inesu chinandipweteka kuti antu aja nasiya inesi chinandipangikirepo. So karagati as if indikana karapo bwanji koma ngozi ndi ngozeti kuti basi anything can happen. Tingofufuza. So that's why I'm happy today, Chair, could at least titandizane, could maybe for the future, we should avoid these things. I worked with Sambalopa. This group, Sambalopa, came in 94 from South Africa as a pilot. I've flown with him. He was a very good pilot. Until he became captain on the aircraft, on Donia aircraft. Tinari kucheza, all this time, we've been friends. But may his soul rest in peace. The last ways, tina ananduuza eneo. Hawati bwana, pakali pano, anande na chichewa, I don't know, ndikuchapira ndege haikuru MA600. And today, and chitacheke as captain on the aircraft. So ndizakutengeni tikauruke kwaronga uko muzaone bwana mene mnandisira mmene ndimachapirira ndege chindege chachikuru. After that, what I heard, Sambalopa is no more. With Selemani joined ngati air hostess. Anakara, Zaka with me, when I was base commander, but later on, he improved. Chidwi. I think akaona mapilot akuruka no. One day inaneso ndizatishapire ndege chitumbuka chali chasambaropa kuti naneso ndizatishapire ndege. So he did it. She did it. Mpaka one day I met her ku South Africa. Wakuti abana zikuyenda posa chedwa pa ndichita check as a pilot. And I to South Africa. For I didn't na also tingoti murungu, or maybe it was my fault because I didn't join ngati msirikali. But one day anyamata kuti I didn't autandiza zina ndi zina ku hostel mukafuna magesi mukagura magesi ubasi mukagura mauyu amangotandiza kuika bwaje. When I talked to him wakuti nari kuchongoni somewhere kudeza chongoni kuti ka training school ka electronics kena kake, so that ubadi ndikutenge kuti kapera ndikukuphuzisa. One day ndikapeza mpata maybe ndikoza kukutumiza kuti ndikoza kuchita recommend, not kukutumiza, don't have money, kuchita recommend kuti apite for training pandege. So we worked together. He was good technician, and later we sent him to Zimbabwe, where he qualified as aircraft technician. So this group, as I said, what I left behind were very good. And on several occasions, I was even sending my officers to Air Malawi to work on Air Malawi aircrafts because they were qualified now. So these people were going, if you talk to them, Mtambos, most of the time, Air Malawi was not able to vanish with the, and how apange ndege is just in my inspections. Sometimes I'm Tanzania. So somebody, chairman, but you have got qualified people, airbase. When they talk to me, said that now insurance what zivuvuta, but we know the language what. So I wrote as they are going on training Air Malawi, job training kutibas kutandizana. So they used to go there to work. So that's why I'm saying kuti antu amene nasi are behind. I to say another antu was the one shitu. I don't know a chair and the committee if my submission equals out tandiza pangozi mene. I submit.
Tokoza kwambiri mabereka background ya ndegezi mwasa mabereka background ya anthu amene munagwira nawo ntchito mizimu yawo iwuse muntendere. So zitithandizira kuti kaindi chithunzithunzi cha anthu amene anataya miyoyo yawo komanso za ndege imene inakagulidwa. Nde mwina ningoafusa mamembers ngati ni mafunso awiri atatu ngati palibe ndikuti titakuseka. That's Mayan. Kenako Kadabe North.
Zikomo kwambiri chair chifukwa chotipatsa mwayi kuti ndifunse funso. Colonel Mkandawire retired. Tathokoza kwambiri mkufotokoza kwanu komanso kudziwa kuti boma linakudalirani kuti mukaone kuti ndege imene dziko la Malawi lagula ikonzedwe ndi kuyikidwa zinthu zoyenerera. Ena manena kuti aya amene wanda amene anakatenga ndege imene yoyendera titha kuti akamuzu nthawi imene. Ndiye ndachita chidwi ndi kufotokoza kwanu kuti ndege imeneyi inagulidwa ngati ya backup. Kutanthauza kuti mudali ndi ndege imene mumayidalira koma inali yoti zikavuta tiziyenderayi. Ndiye nangochita chidwi nkufotokoza kwanu kuti tsopano chair ndege imene inali ya backup ndi imene akasanduka kuti ndi imene timayidalira ngati dziko. Kambiri kamene kanango ndikhudza mmene inuyo mumafotokoza. Komano chimene mafuna kuti mutandifotokozera nafunsanso anzanu amene anachita retire. Ngoti inuyo munkafukufuku wanu kapena munkuzindiki kudziwa kwanu ifeyo ndifwa chani mpaka nati nafatsa kugula madonia mpaka na ufika ya nambala 4 chimene chinali cha special. What was peculiar with the Dornier aircraft that made us to say we better be using Dorniers rather than any other aircraft? Chair, I just wanted to hear his comments on that one. Thank you very much.
Sikomo kwambira Chair and honorable member from Zamayani and all members. Chintu chikakhala chabwino, sometimes you go for it. So pano, ifeyo operators and even the government found out that Madonia inali ngati tractor, a good aircraft. Sio vuta maintenance charge, and so that's why I said we better go for tikali ndi zambiri. Poyamba tinali, I said tinali ndi ndege 14 when I joined the come out tipange upgrade. So enanat popanga upgrade we should tukalagati kusinthisa it kusinthisa kuti zina zinalupita instead ya nyuwanija I think inalubwera ati lower price tinganene kuma quotations that because zina zija zinapita ma Sky 7 ma 128 ikupita zapita ziwiri ndi upanga top hapo bweresa ndege. So I'm sure I'm not a politician koma zinarukambika konko ku akuru. It was not us, but it's just recommending that these aircraft are good aircrafts, better than the Sky 7. Akata kuti alipo akale apa akoza kuona Sky 7 chinali kuyima ngati chani kusogoro uku katayara kamozi kumbuyo awiri kusogoro, so chinali kungoyima ngati keda kaki landing. It was difficult kuturuka murani we kukarowa uku, but it used to kuturuka murani we koba zimeti nati ya pake zambiri zinali tikade kuti manyo wairo tikabwera pa Dornier 228 at least nafe tinali kunyadira kuti now tagura ndege zabwino we are going forward. Yeah, so as a country kuti at least yakuti thandiza boma we are going forward. Another question, I think you had 2 questions. Sir, please, from Zamayani.
Na fosa imodzi.
Oh.
I think mina mango yankhiratu zonse mina ine nayo okuluwika koma mango yankhiratu mafosa awiri onse mufosa limodzi.
Thank you, Chair.
Alipo sewina ngati?
Anati
Maybe anandizindikira kuti inali ngati concern kunena kuti ndege imene tinayigula ya backup pamapero pake inakakhala kuti imene mumachita litaya zikuoneka kuti ya backup ija ndi imene yatitsalira. Then maona ngati kuti pamene ndinakhala ngati ndi nkhawa intafotokozani ngati muli ndi any idea zikoma kwanu.
Sorry, Chair. I think in that many still it was ringing in my mind. Backup sure in our presidential aircraft, and in time many presidential jet and this year backup in any budget yake from OPC. Then later on, that funding, funding and the like, zinamba kuchoka pangono. Ndege zimene is number kuti ina yafa, kuti osati yafa, due for inspection. Koma kupeza kuti mitikaita some spares zikuvuta. While at that time, when the government anali kuti they are funding these 2 aircrafts, presidential jet and this year backup is nearly 100%. So is zamba kufa imozi. Then one day tinasala ndi. That's why maybe muza kuti kusogoro ndege zina sizikuuruka because of slow item. Koma poyamba, at least when we are getting funding from OPC, at least zidari kuenda sopano ukuzata sopano. That's why sopano inaza sarai ya backup ni sopano. I think amena anasalira mbuyo amba kuiuza what you are saying question just for ine maganizo anga kuti sopano tasara ndi ndege imozi titani.
So Chair, it's just a comment. chimene ndikuphunzira mu chimene mwafotokoza mwanena kuti kalero ndege ya president ya VVIP funding yake imachoka direct from OPC.
Yes.
Ndeke nako zikuoneka kuti system inasintha pamene funding ya ndege zija inakapita kuti zonse zikhale under MDF ndezina ndi zina zinamba kusokonekera chifukwa cha ma priorities. Ndaiona kuti fundo imeneyo ndiyofunika kwambiri kuti tisamati ndege ndi ya president ndi ya VVIP pamene funding ili kwina chifukwa ili ngati chimodzimodzi magalimoto aja apa convoy koma zinthuzo zimene okhanda anthu ozipanga maniki. Ndaphunzirapo munkufotokoza kwanu zikomo kwambiri chair.
Mkandawire?
Ineso ndathokoza kuti mwavesesa. Zikomo kwambiri, you are honorable.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Yes, Colonel Mkandawire. Mwatandaulu ya papi?
Sitatandara tili makora. Kwa lino.
Nakomba kuti nifumbi chitumbuka hapa kweni because of Chair the election. I will change the language.
No, you can ask.
Chitumbuka?
Yeah, but then we'll ask you to replay it in Chichewa.
No, let's talk English or Chichewa.
Yeah, ibaki nifumbi chitumbuka kuti ibaki watumbuka na aplikeko. And then later on I've gone to ask it in English. Balengani mwakamba kuti apo wapanganga ndegi hii mkawa kweni kuku German, right?
When assembling, yes.
So pale vindu hapa abantu tukukambirana au Malawi wakambirana kuti pali black box, pali CVR sa, pali ELT. Hivi vindu vikawa mu ndege pala wapanganga fika mkawa beni papa.
Chair, and your honorable member, that's a good question. When I went to Germany on this task,
Banji mufuse fusolano so mujichewa kabena mujizungu. Ayanke kamoti tafusa niso mujizungu.
All right. You said that when they are assembling this aircraft, you were there, right?
Right.
Then there's a rumor among Malawians about the black box, CVR, ELT, and some other parts. Were you able to see them? They have been fixed in the plane, or they were not, according to you, because you were there?
Chair and honorable members, that's a very good question. When I was tasked to go to Germany, kukawana uti ndege ya kupanga assemble chani. I was given equipment list. Kuti ndege imene tukugura. Ndege zimene tukugura tukufuna izizi. Akaike mndege. See to it. Kuti mndege umo akumangira zezeni. Because like today mukoza uti mwagura chinthu from England. Akoza kuika mcha China. So that was my job priority. Checking what government has bought. So I could see what. Then all equipment zimene zinalembedwa on the list. What Malawi government bought, I can witness zinarowam. Zimene si zinalembedwa si zinarowemo like black box, like what, ELT, Tango 01, there's no ELT. There was not that thing. ELT first came with Tango 03, the one with the VVIP. Even Tango 02 had no ELT. Because on the equipment list, it was not there. So, when you are buying sugar, you should buy sugar, not bring mchere. So, it's what they bought. I can need to achia kuuza nikuti. What the government bought, chili chose chinaro kapandege money. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, so, you are confirming to Malawian that there were no cockpit voice recorder, meaning the black box was not there. Malawi government couldn't manage to buy that part, right?
You are very right.
Thank you, Chair.
Lilonge.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chairperson. Thank you so much, Colonel Mkandawire, retired. Mukulongosola kwanu. Mwalongosola kunena kuti kale mukujoyina kunali ndege 14 kenako basi zayamba kutsika mpaka tapezeka kuti pa nthawi ina tili ndege imodzi imene ikuyenda. M'maganizo mwanu muganiza kunena kuti titani ngati Amalawi chifukwa zikuoneka kunena kuti funding manena kale za funding kuti kale inali ya OPC nkumayang'anira ndege za president. Pano funding imeneyo kulibe. Ndiyeno nkupezeka kunena kuti ndege ilipo imodzi yokha imene yogwira ntchito zingapo yagwira ntchito ina yomwe yonso tikuyitumanso kwina. Ngati Amalawi titani kuti mwina zinthu zikonzeke kutsogoloko. Zikoma kwambiri.
Funso labwino kwambiri Chair and honorable members. Apapa ndikugwirana manje kuti titani. Otherwise, one person cannot do that. The army only can not do that. But anthu department like Malawi Air Force ikafuna chinthu, at least my budget amalembedwa. Every time to go to Air Force, amatiuza timakhala the whole night to prepare a budget. And when I go to budget yadusa on paper, I've been seeing during when I was working a lot of money, but when funding I would pay 3 million. But in drama zimene tinapempha zikupita kuti tikafusa mongapa. I've been following this. Tikafusa spare part, it takes months si kubwera or zero si kubwera. So I think ndikugwira na maji. I think this is the right committee or right investigation committee many could at least to push forward things. Malawi should be going up. When I joined, it was going up, but when I retired, it was completely going down. So that's why I said when they asked me, banji simukufuna ka extension pangono. It's not ndikapume because of mavuto ena.
Wadada. Tokoza kwambiri. No matisekesa. Kuba so tukutokoza kuti mwakumbusa chikale. Mwakumbusa chikale. Ndimakumvetserani utsogoleri wanu mwene ena alibe kuti munaphunzitsa anthu ena kwalimbikitsira khambe pilot kwapasa mwayi eno khala ma engineer zinthu zabwino zimene anthu ena amataka khanimwa yamango pasa abale awo kodi munakoka anthu amene musakuwadziwa kwira ntchito zinthu za mtengo wapatali mwaneranso mawu kuti ntchito imene mmagwira inuyo mumayesesa kuti anthu anu azipita kwa Malawi kuti usango ma civil servants nthawi inu amanjoya nde tukuthokozeni kwambiri taphunzirapo zambiri Amalawi amene akumva aphunzirapo phunziro ndizotheka zinthuzi kuti anzathuso azipindula. So history imene mwatipasa mbiri imene mwatipasa itithandizira koma siyapereka chithunzithunzi china mapangaso confirm imene ndege ina liti ndetu kuthokozeni lero munali nafe ndikhulupirira tsiku lina military azakupasani award of excellence ngati ma pensioners kuti nanuso zimene ankafuna asambalopa mwina azakutengeni pa trip nake fana kuti kuli ndege yatsopano umeneku MAF 600 ya makono imene singathe kutera pa mzuzu koma imapita ku DRC imapita ku Lilongwe mwina azangokukwezani imene momo kuti kenakake muntima wanu kaza khale kuti ayi mwakumbusa chekale komanso akuthokozani nde zomo kwambiri mwina muli mawu omalizira musanapita.
To start with, I think ndikuthokozeni Chair and the whole committee, as I said at first, for inviting me here. Maomalizira, I'm sure, because kunena kuti at least budget, as I said, we talked about OPC and the like. At least the government, Air Force, in a napit, come Air Force, that person budget yao. At least when they want to order something, they should just use their money at hand instead of going through several chains. Then pena packs are just stuck because of one thing. Koma mukapasa budget yao, is this next time, at least we are going to blame them right away. Now we can't blame them. We are talking about this thing. Koma utichina ima pena paki. Zomwezo mwanena kare ache, thank you, za MA 600. We bought these aircrafts, MA 600. The government bought these aircraft. But now ziri kuchireka, we don't have pilots. Is that right? Kulindegi, we can't use them today. Kufunika ma pilot. One of them was Sambaropa. Sambaropa ndio. Chito si ya muntu mmozi ya. Tiena kusirana. Tiena kuona uti china chake. I can say thank God. I'm 70 now. I'm still alive. But some people 20 years wapita kare. So tiena kusirana chito zimene. So those aircraft. And to train a pilot is not one day. To become a captain on that aircraft needs hours. As that waja, we don't say kuti pilot are 10 years experience. We're talking about hours in the air. So if you're talking about these aircrafts, now I can't say it in MA aircraft because I'll say it in my MA 600, my ground craft. Yeah. Because we are not using them. They are always in the ground. So an aircraft is supposed to be in the air. My engineers, just the same. Irena Peter. Maybe I helped or not. Koma nasira antu. All those are nasira. Pasara antu hawiri. Amene na also they are aging. When I talk to them, nikuona ma step mene uta. Uinaso wakura. Agupita. Koma asira ndani. So those. This government, we should train these people. We should newcomers. I think for today, that's, I think, in Danena Zambiri, Pagakara Kambirana, pena tikakumana, at least clarification. Zima end and housing when you are just talking one to one. Papa as a committee, some are kunena exactly the truth. When you are interact somewhere, at least Magawirana my points. Thank you, Chair, and the whole committee.
No, natakoza kwambi. Ndikulubirira Army Commander General Joseph Amamva, my advice, I mean, mabereka papa, okuti tili live. De tukufuna zabwino zose, muyende bwino.
Osaiwala kupanga subscribe ku channel ya AMTV Malawi.